Welcome to the Raising Confident Girls podcast, your guide to raising strong, confident daughters. I'm Melissa Jones, the founder of Girls Positivity Club and a teacher for over 20 years. In a world where girls often feel overwhelmed, anxious, and confused, this podcast is your go-to space. As caregivers, we navigate challenges together. I founded Girls Positivity Club to provide a place where you belong and get the tools to face today's hurdles. Consider this your regular check-in with a trusted friend, offering insights and practical tips for meaningful conversations. I'm here to help you feel confident on this journey of raising a generation of empowered girls. Let's dive in and raise those confident girls together. Hey everybody, it's Melissa. Welcome to Pep Talk Friday. Take a breath with me first. Yes, right now. In and out. I know that's what I really needed in this moment. And especially with it being late in the week, if you're listening to this in real time, sometimes we just need to take a breath. Because raising confident girls is not always easy. And if your daughter has seemed a little quieter lately, or like she's checking the room before she speaks, or caring so much about what other people think, I want to remind you, you're not behind. She's not behind. And this is a stage that so many girls and adults move through, and you are guiding her through it all. Today, I want to talk to the parent who sees their daughter's spark and just wants her to feel safe showing it. I think that's all of us, right? We just want our girls to feel good about who they are and not be afraid to show themselves to other people, like who they truly are, and be proud of that. And it reminded me of the other day in Girls Positivity Club, one of our girls, about 9 years old, opened up and she was going to share in the circle. And she opened her mouth and then she paused. She looked around the circle, checked everybody's faces, and I saw this happening in real time. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's trying to decide if she's really going to say what she was wanting to say. Like she was scanning for approval, but she dared to be fully herself. And then she whispered, never mind. And my heart sunk. Because in Girls Positivity Club, we want girls to feel comfortable and brave enough to share in the group. And luckily, another girl reached over and leaned over and said, you can do it, and encouraged her. And the girl still shook her head because she's new to the club and she needs to still see if it's a safe place, which it is. And we will keep proving to her that it is. But maybe you've seen your daughter in that moment too, where she's wanting to speak. And it wasn't even anything that was a high risk. It was just speaking in front of the whole crowd just made her freeze. And especially being in a new environment. But freezing because her voice feels risky is something that's really common. That doesn't mean that she's not confident. It doesn't mean that she doesn't know what to say, although yes, that happens sometimes. It means that she's growing and she's noticing the world. She's trying to feel out each environment that she's in. And it means that she's learning where she fits. So here's your pep talk today. You don't need to rush her out of this phase. So part of me, while sitting there as a leader of Girls Positivity Club, I'm like, oh no, this is a safe place. And I do say that all the time, like this is a place where you can be yourself. This is a place where we include others and all of that. But there are a lot of girls who they haven't always felt this way. And even confident girls can sometimes feel a little bit shaky when they're leading something or when they are speaking up about something for the first time, or they're just sharing in front of a new group. And so we don't need to force them to speak up. We know that they will get there over time. And when this happens, like part of me is like, oh my gosh, is this not good that she's already doubting? But really it's not true. She's just trying to test out the waters. And you may notice this when you're around your daughter, if you're in like a certain play group or if you're on a sports team and you know that she knows whatever and she could volunteer to do it, but she's just holding back a little bit. it doesn't mean she's falling behind. Confidence isn't one big moment of bravery, and it doesn't mean that it can't be built over time. There are lots of moments that build confidence. There are hundreds of tiny ones, and she will get there, especially with you by her side. So here's a gentle way to support her voice this week. Sometimes the most powerful confidence builders are the quiet ones. So, like with me, with the Girl and Girls Positivity Club, I went over to her later and I said, I want you to know that this is a safe place for you to be. And that as you get more comfortable, I want you to know that you can share what you're thinking, or you can share your ideas, or you can say your yay, which is a positive thing. And she said, I know, I just felt a little bit shy in the moment. And thank you for saying that. Being older, she was able to understand that. And I think even girls that are younger can. We can teach them this at a young age, that it's okay if you feel shy sometimes and you can just try again another time. Because, like I said, confidence is built with a lot of little steps along the way. And you can use these little moments to help build her confidence, like me going over and talking to her privately later and giving her that reassurance that she needed in Girls Positivity Club. It's the same thing that you would do as a parent when you're at home and when they're sharing maybe something that they felt a little bit nervous sharing, or they felt a little bit nervous raising their hand, or they wanted to say hi to the new girl, but everybody else was crowding around her and she didn't really know how to step in and say something. You can talk to her about this in the car, at bedtime, while you're making dinner. There doesn't have to be a big talk about it. Pick one that feels natural to you. Pick a time and you'll know. And believe me, I've said things at the wrong times, and that's okay. Just like with you, you're learning, you're growing as a parent, as a caregiver. And so the first thing to do is to model it casually. So you can say something like, I had a moment today where I almost didn't share my idea. And I think about that in myself, like even in a room full of business people, or if I'm speaking about the mission, I believe in what I'm talking about, but sometimes when you're in a crowd of new faces, or you're saying something that maybe is unique, or you've never said it out loud before, or you've never tried this one speech or project before, and this is a new thing that you're bringing up to the group, if this is in your work especially, and you can say, I felt this way, I felt nervous sharing my idea, but I did it anyway. And even though I'm not sure how everybody responded to it, I feel proud of myself. Confidence is something we really practice as adults, as kids, as teens, everywhere in between. And so this shows her, when you tell her about a moment where you maybe felt this way, that it's normal to hesitate sometimes. Even grown-ups do it. Another way you can do this is by giving her simple and quiet encouragement. You can say, I love hearing your ideas. Even the quiet ones count. There's no pressure. There's just warmth. You can just say it like that. I love hearing your ideas. What do you think about this? And then helping her practice just talking about her different ideas. This could be about any number of things. So it can be about a topic of interest. It can be about something in your family. It can be about something at school. It can be a book she's reading. Whatever that is, just encourage her and tell her that you love hearing her ideas, because I'm sure you do. Another way to do it is to celebrate her effort, not the outcome. And if you've listened to the show for a while, you know that I'm a big believer in praising effort just as much, if not more, than achievement. And so you can say something like, sometimes the bravest thing that we can all do all day is want to speak up. And that counts. Even if you want to speak up, that's being brave, like wanting to do it. And then actually doing it is taking that action step toward it. So sometimes just thinking about it, is a brave act. Like, I wanted to say this and I know what I want to say. So it's taking that step in the right direction to start to feel more brave to share your ideas. And this one is magic for sensitive girls or girls that are really, really shy. So just saying that her wanting to speak up counts, and that she's going to feel more brave in doing that. And even helping her practice, like what she would say, even if she doesn't say it at first, is helping her build her confidence in that area. Another option is just that light car conversation. I don't know what it is, but there's something about being in the car that can strike up conversation. And so you can say something like, you know what I realized today? Confidence isn't about being fearless. Like feeling good about what you say or do isn't about never having fear. It's about giving ourselves little chances to be seen. So this plants a seed without asking her to open up. And it may seem like a random comment, but it could spark an idea in her that could help her know that she doesn't have to be fearless. And even if she is a confident girl, it doesn't mean that she never has fear about stepping up or speaking up or saying her opinion about something, even if other people don't agree with her. So it's planting that seed without actually asking her to open up. And yes, of course, we want them to open up, but it's just starting to plant that seed. And when she does share, you can say, thank you for telling me that. I'm so glad that you felt safe to tell me that. Like your voice does matter, even if it comes out quiet sometimes. And even on quiet days. And that line right there about your voice matters, you speaking up matters, you sharing your ideas matters, she'll remember that. And that's that inside voice that we want them to hear when they're feeling doubt, when they're away from us. So for you, to the mom, the dad, the caregiver, the auntie, the grandma, whoever is listening, you are doing such a beautiful job. You don't have to create perfect conversations. Believe me, I've had conversations go wrong. You don't have to be a confidence coach. You don't have to have all the right answers. Just by believing in her and offering her these tiny little invitations to be seen, you are shaping her inner voice every day. Confidence doesn't only grow in the spotlight. Sometimes it grows in the quiet moments, in the soft pauses, in the tiny yeses she gives herself. And she will get there. She's already on her way because she has you. So today, try one gentle phrase. Share one moment from your day. Notice one small win in hers. Those tiny things, they build girls who trust their voice. You've got this, and she's got this, and you are doing better than you think. And if this lifted you up today, please share it with another mom or caregiver who's raising a girl with a bright heart and quiet courage. Until next time, I'm cheering for you always. Thanks for joining another empowering episode of the Raising Confident Girls podcast. Share today's insights with caregivers and friends, building beautiful relationships with strong girls. Hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. We're not just a podcast, we're a community. Follow Girls Positivity Club on social media for more empowering content on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. This podcast empowers you, supporting incredible girls. Let's create strong, beautiful relationships with the girls in our lives. I appreciate you listening today. Stay confident, stay connected. Until next time, keep raising those confident girls. You've got this.